Thank you for watching another video with Mr. Jankowski. We're taking notes on page 66. Page 66 of our math notebook. We're going to go over some vocabulary terms from lesson 10.3 about simplifying expressions, combining like terms. So let's zoom in and get a closer look at the examples we have here. The first one that we're going to be looking at is the definition of the word term. And a term, the definition for term is the parts of an expression that are separated by plus or minus signs. Now, I have an example here. We'll just do a little bit at a time. You can see that all of these are terms in this example because they have plus or minus signs. In this case, it's all plus signs, right? These are all terms. All the things in blue are terms because they have plus signs. So this is a term. This is a term. Guess what this is? It's a term. And this one? It's a term. And this one? You don't have to write term for all of these, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to make the point. They're all terms. Why are they all terms? Because they're all being added together with plus signs in this case. If they were if they were subtracted to get from each other, they'd be terms too. They'd be using negative signs, right? Minus signs. Those are all terms in the expression. Now, I know some of you are still writing this down. That's okay. I'm going to give you a few more moments. So we know what terms are. Those are the numbers that are being added and subtracted in an expression, right? Those are terms. So what about the numbers that are being multiplied in an expression? What about the numbers being multiplied in an expression? Caesar, what do you think? I want to make sure you guys are all paying attention, watching the screen. Well, numbers that are multiplied by at least one variable is called a coefficient. There you go. So we have 3 times y. This is a coefficient. It's multiplying against a variable. 4 is a coefficient. It's multiplying against x, right? This is a coefficient. And then the 2 is a coefficient too. It's being multiplied by y as well, y squared. So terms are parts of an expression that are being added to or subtracted together. Coefficients are parts of an expression that are numbers that are being multiplied by variables. And then finally, we have like terms. And you heard me talk about like terms last week. Like terms are terms that are alike. They can be added or subtracted. They are terms with the same variables raised to the same powers. And like terms can be added and subtracted. You can add and subtract like terms to simplify an expression. So I'm going to use blue for these guys. I'm going to just say like terms. So these two like terms, 3y squared and 2y squared, I could add together to make 5y squared. They have the same variables and they are raised to the same power. So if you had like 3y plus 2y squared, those wouldn't be like terms because they wouldn't have the same variable. I mean, sorry, the same power. They have to have the same variable and the same power to be able to call them like terms. So I'm going to put this here, same variable, same power. So, any questions about these vocabulary words then? I'm going to give you guys a few moments to write this down. Make sure you got this all done. And while you're doing that, I'm going to zoom out and take a look at the check yourself section below. So I'm going to give everyone about 10, 15 more seconds to write down the notes that we have for the vocabulary. Remember, these notes are available for you guys to watch, rewind the videos, play the video again, pause the video, go back and watch it again, go back and look at the notes that are completed and in Google Classroom the way they are. Keep that in mind. And let's take a look at the check yourself. Down below it says, use the properties of operations to simplify the expression below. Properties of operation to simplify the expression below. Okay, so looking at this, I want to take a look at what like terms we have. If we can add like terms, if we could use the distributive property, I can see we could already use the distributive property here and to simplify things. So let's take a look and see what we can do. Inside, if we use PEMDAS, if we're using order of operations, and if we're using the properties of operations, let's take a look at parentheses first. We have B plus 5A. Can we add these terms? Are they like terms? No. They have different variables. We can't add B plus 5A. That wouldn't work. But what we can do is we can distribute the 2 times B and 2 times 5A. We can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this down below as 2B plus 10A. Now we already have this 3A in front of it. That's still going to be there. And now we need to combine like terms. Well, we have A and 3A and 10A. These are like terms, and they are connected with an addition sign. So I could add 3A plus 10A, and I end up with 2B plus 13A. So what did we do? We used distributive property. And then we combined like terms. Now this final expression, 2B plus 13A, cannot be simplified further. We don't know the value of B or A, so we can't find the value of the expression. Why can't we simplify the final answer any further? The reason being is we have no more like terms. 2B and 13A are not like terms. We cannot add them together. So we cannot simplify further. Because we have no more like terms. We don't have any more other like terms. Thank you for watching this video with me, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day, students, and I'll see you in the next one.